Whenever I saw videos or TikToks on Blockies figures, I actually never understood why they were liked so much. They never really appealed to my interest. That did start to change recently when I came across the Blockies 2007 Megatron from the Bayverse. I ended up passing the chance to buy that figure. But ever since that day, I've been leaning more and more into getting a Blockies figure. Recently, I went into Big Bang Comics on a weekend and I came across the Jetwing Optimus Prime from Blockies. And as soon as I saw it, I knew this was my first ever Blockies figure. The one thing I was kind of not excited much for was the building process. Look, I've had issues with building YOLO Park figures almost every single time. And to me, it looked the exact same. It was literally rarely any different apart from it being 10 times smaller. But in reality, the building process wasn't actually as bad as I expected it to be. Although long, it took maybe an hour and 30 minutes for me. I'm very slow at building, to be fair. It was fully built around that time, and it was actually quite enjoyable. The figure was retailed for about 40 quid, which is probably an overpay, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with what I got. The accessories are crazy good as well. You pretty much get all of the weapons from the first 3 movies. The blades, the guns, the axe, the shield, and obviously the Jetwing and the Jetwing guns. It also comes with an extra head and chest, so if you wanted to recreate the 2007 Optimus Prime look, you can do that. So basically it's 2 figures in one. That's good. The figure detail is also outstanding, considering a lot of Blockies figures are around the 15 to 25 price range. Most of them, from what I've seen, are packed with great detail, sculpting, and great paint decos as well. This figure, just like any other Blockies figure, is quite short as well. But I'm honestly not that fussed about it, to be quite honest, as I probably would be with certain other figures. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of figures within this scale, but when it comes to like Transformers and Marvel figures, I don't really tend to buy this sculpt or this size. I'd rather go up to around the Marvel Legends size or the Studio Series size. So he's basically a pocket figure now, so I'm not too fussed about it. He's also got a light up feature, but not gonna lie, it doesn't really work on mine. It's worked once, and it went off within like 2 seconds, so I'm not sure if I'm just doing something wrong, or it needs batteries, or it's just not working, or I'm fucking stupid. Articulation is pretty decent. Nice head movement, specifically on the smaller head for more range. You do get an extra head, which is a bit bigger. The arms are a bit limited, but it's overall fine. Waist rotation is there too. The legs are also limited, specifically in the knees, which is kind of annoying, but it's not the worst thing ever. It's not that bad. Now it is time for the size comparison. I'm just going to throw 3 figures out here. Probably more likely a Studio Series, a Marvel Legends, because that most people have one of them, probably. And then just a random figure, probably my last review, Bane, maybe. The likeness for Prime here is also spot on as well. I really like the way you can change it to the 2007 look, and or put it in the Dark of the Moon look with all the Jetwing stuff, or you can take the Jetwing off, which is nice. I do like that edition where it's not stuck on him. You can take it off. You can have them as you want. But before we get to the final score, I also want to bring your attention to the Jetwing. The Jetwing tops this figure off. It's got nice detail. It's decently big. It feels like the size of the Jetwing is just right, as on the figure's back it looks great. And to top off the Jetwing accessory, you get an included flight stand. What, you think that fucking Jetwing Optimus Prime can't fly, yeah? Well, he kinda can't. Now, we've reached the final score, the game out of 10. Which figure can climb towards the top? For Blocky's Optimus Prime, he's low-key impressed me. I was expecting this figure to be a nightmare to make, but honestly, although long, it was a relaxing build, which is a massive positive for me. The building experience is one of the main parts of model kits, and Blockies made it pretty fun and enjoyable. The figure is great, although lacking some posability in the knees and the elbow area. Other than that, it's pretty good. The detail is nice, the paint is great, and the likeness for Prime is spot on. The accessories are an absolute goldmine, as you can pretty much get any pose you want from the first 3 movies with these accessories. So much great accessories with some good detail in there also. The flight stand as well is another great addition. So, after this assessment of this figure, I'm going to give the Blockies Jetwing Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon a 9 out of 10. I think 9 is pretty valid. I didn't give it any more than a 9 than the fact that the pieces you have to build this figure can be quite fragile, and they can also be lost very easy because they're so small. The light up feature doesn't really work, but then again, it could just me being a straight twat and not doing it right. And lastly, the limitation on the knees and elbows. That didn't bump my rating down as much as if it was a Studio Series or something, but it does still it's still a tiny bit of an issue. It still can be annoying at times. So that was my review on the first ever Blockies figure I have bought, and this figure didn't disappoint me. So I'm pretty happy with it. And what's your views on this figure and just Blockies in general? If you want me to do more Blockies reviews, I'd happily do it. So yeah, that was my review on the Optimus Prime Jetwing from Blockies. Yeah, I have another one. Oi, prick! Yeah, you. Subscribe me, you wanker.